Sige, sharing the screen now. Sige, I hope you can see the screen already. This is in PDF file. Sige, this afternoon again, no, managing service excellence. And what are the things that we need to look at, no, this very afternoon? Number one is we will be understanding what is quality service. Since you are in the field of business entrepreneurship and business administration, no, you have to understand what is quality service and then service culture as our subject. What are the key skills for us, no, being a customer service with quality, and then we have to address different customer behaviors and in styles as well. And if we still have time, we can resolve different steps in service breakdowns. Okay, let's start with the definition of service, no? So normally when we talk about service, um, we can see this a lot, no, in when we dine in different restaurants, no? Customers in restaurants want more than a meal, and there are service crews provided where you can address your different problems, or if you wanted to order something, there are different service crews around um, to for you to ask for their help. And then if you are in line with the in the hotel industry, we have guests in hotels that wanted to have more rooms, no? And then service is there if you wanted to have more of the things that you wanted to have, no, more than what you paid for. And then if you are a client in different business establishment, business sectors, there is a client in transaction that want more than a settlement. No? And then there is a customer, no, want more than just the product or service that is offered. They also want to be treated well. So totality, when we look at into this sentences, no, we can derive into something like defining what is service. No? So in short, service is providing a um, proper product, proper meal, or proper services to customers, no? In exchange of what they have paid for. No? So usually amo na ang service. Now in if we look at in if we try to look at in a BPO industry or sector, service is in a form of trying to compensate the after sales, no? What do we mean when we say after sales? Ang nabakal na nga daan nga produkto sang isa ka kliyente nga gina-follow up ya na lang. For example, gina-follow up ya kung may kulang kay nakabakal na siya, or gina-follow up ya if may mga damages sa gin-purchase ya sa isa ka product, no? So amo na siya ang purpose sang isa ka BPO call center agent, no? So if we try to look at the service, it's somehow similar man to the other industries in business sectors. However, we are doing this in different medium, and that medium is in the telephone or computer or cell phones, no? So amo na aton nga services. Yeah, kung if we're looking into the BPO uh, segment, no? Now the thing about service, no, we have to remember that when we talk about service, this is intangible. What does it mean when we say intangible? Ano meaning sa intangible? Eh?
Sa physical appearance, hindi matandog san.
Okay, very good, no? Hindi naton makaptan, kag hindi naton ma-feel. in terms of tactility, no? Ang roughness or ang ka-smoothness. However, ma-feel naton in terms of emotions and feelings, no? So service kuno is intangible because intangibles deal with the human side of the organization. Every organization may ginatawag nga service, no? Pag hindi naton ina ma-feel when we are looking into the physical contact, we are getting all the services in terms of tangibility, no, sa ginatawag nga human behavior, human emotion, human understanding, feelings ng isa ka empleyado kag ang pagtan-aw ya sa iyang obra, no? So amo na siya ang ginatawag tang service is intangible. For example, ang isa ka customer service nga intangible is number one, iya nga satisfaction. Whether satisfied sa ginubraya, and then in the same way, satisfied man ang customer sa pag receive sang iyang service. No? Attentiveness, ang ginatawag nga paghatag sang atensyon sang isa empleyado sa customers man. Kag pag-receive man sang customer attentively sa response ng isa ka service provider. You see, the service is not only one-way process, no? Kumbaga ginatawag naton ang service into a two-way process. You are giving the 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 customer service, yet the customer must receive the proper services that they must have, no, and in that way maka-feedback sila sa imo, no, whether they are satisfied with your work or whether they receive a good treatment, no, sa imo. So that's how service works, no. This is not only one-sided, but this is a two-way process, kumbaga, no. How about the flow? The flow of the service is intangible as well because, of course, you cannot feel that. Um, Helpfulness as well of the service customer service provider, and the same way, kung na-feel nila ang pagka-helpful mo right away, you will receive a positive feedback as well, no? Sensitivity as well, tone, especially if you are already working under pressure, no? Most of the time, human as we are, we will be falling into the different tones already kung kapoy-kapoy ka na gito. So, the key there is maximum tolerance sa mga may mga attitude ng mga customers. Usually sa call centers, no? Una pa lang sabat sa telepono, usually pamuyayaw na ang ma-receive mo, no? So, you have to make sure nga ang imo tone is not offensive kag wala gabato sa customers, no? Because the number one thing that you have to remember when you are working in a call center is to have a more ano no ng patience, kumbaga, kay most of the time grabe gid ang stress dira sa pag-receive sa mga calls. So kung hindi ka na usually ga breakdown ang mga empleyado, ga breakdown ang mga call center agents kag usually ga resign sila sa work. That's the reason why ang call center industry is we can consider this as a platform of come and go of employees. Gakadto sila kagagwa naman easily because of those things, no. Attitude as well of the customers and also your attitude towards the customers are intangible. Knowledge, whether you have enough trainings and all the things that you must be equipped before handling those calls. Understanding as well, tact, your ability to work with a sense of knowledge, kag dapat ano ka ng knowledgeable ka sa mga butang, no, kabalo ka mag-idea, no, that's how being tact you are. and then guidance as well from the superiors. So those are intangible services that we can see in the customer service, even sa mga customers man mismo, not only the services. Okay? Talking about services also, there are two dimensions that we need to understand. Number one is the procedural dimension. This talks about consisting of the established system and procedures to develop product and or services. From the root word procedure. So may gina-follow nga systems. Kag may gina-follow nga rules, no? To deliver products and services. The other dimension is what we call the personal dimension. This is how service providers using their attitudes, behavior, skills to interact with customers. Now, these two dimension of service must go together because the moment kung malakas ang isa ni ka dimension, you only have personal dimension, buot ka lang, you have the skills, no? But you disregard the procedural dimension of the rules of the company. Usually, hindi man siya mag-work, no? Hindi man mag-work ang customer service nga ginatawag. It's a proper thing to know gid or ang SOP or operating procedure, no, to ano gid, no, to check the procedural dimension, then follow up or back up with your personal dimension, no? Sometimes procedural lang ang garul sa isa ka call center agent, no, kabalo lang sa isang mga rules, but he or she lacks the personal dimension. So wala man gapon go work, no, ang ginatawag tang customer service. Remember, these two dimension must work together. Now let's move on, no, sa five elements sang ginatawag naton nga quality service. What is this what we call quality service. Now talking about quality service, kung magkadto ka sa isa ka establishment kag may gin-order ka, no, kag gintagaan ka sang baso nga wala nahugasan, usually that is a poor quality service. So now let's check kung usually ang mga ginakadtuan naton nga mga establishment has these five elements of quality service. Number one, we have reliability. Masaligan. Um, the ability to provide what was promised dependably and accurately. No? Action strategy, make sure that you correctly identify customers' needs, promise only what you can deliver, and follow through to ensure that the product or service was received as promised. Sometimes kita naton ang isa ka company ga fall short sa ginatawag nga reliability into their advertisements, no? Kung manotice nyo ang gina-advertise sa McDonald's, usually ang chicken nila or ang burger nila, dako-dako. The moment nga magbakal ka, usually that is not the case kung ano nakita mo sa advertisement. So dra pa lang fall short ang ginatawag natin nga quality service sa first element nga reliability. I know may ara ka mo sa ginapaminsan, no, nga mga establishment nga fall short man sa ginatawag nga reliability. So I'll leave that into your own judgment kung ga-follow sila sang five elements nga i-discuss natin subong. Okay? Number two is assurance. The knowledge and courtesy of employees and their ability to convey trust and confidence. Sometimes, no, ang isa ka company, kung mag-order ka naman sa, for example, sa Shopee, no, ang pag-return sang parcel or pag-refund medyo budlay, no, because of those companies or most of the time sellers nga wala ka ginasapak sa imong after market purchase nga ginatawag. So budlay mag-refund kung wala assurance ang isa ka seller, no. So again, nag-fall short naman siya sa ginatawag na quality service. Okay lang kung prompt, no, or dasig mag-response ang isa ka seller nga kung may mga damages sa imong nga mga purchase, usually refunded man kag usually ginapabalik man dayon, no. So that's what we call the assurance in terms of quality service. Number three, tangibility. No? Again, na-discuss na itong kanina. That tangibility is very important sa ginatawag natin na service because this is not talking about ano no ng hindi mo ma-feel but sa quality service tangibility is important naman niya kay ma-feel mo naman niya ang mga services in a form of physical facilities, equipment, kag ang appearance ng personnel. Ara iya ma-feel mo naman iya. Ang hindi tayo ma-feel nga intangible is their emotions and the quality of their services, no, nga ginatag sa ato. But ang appearance is very important. That's the reason why may ginatawag kita nga personality development. Kag dra na gina check, no, kung mayo ang imo pamisti, mayong imo pa makeup, suitable ka man mag-present sang kaugalingon mo sa mga customers, no. That falls on tangibility, no. So kung may makita ka sa gaysano nga haggard na ang sales lady, naturally ang service nga quality nila is gaka-fall short sila sa tangibility yung ginatawag. Maintaining workspace also is part of the tangibility. Kung makita mo sa kitchen sang McDonald's or Jollibee nga may mga tanga, no, that falls also on tangibility of quality service. It must be neat, orderly manner, ang ila facilities, ang ila paghugas ang ila nga mga plato, pinggan kag utensils, no? Maintaining grooming and hygiene standards also for the employees as well. So muna siya ang ginatawag naton nga tangibility. The fourth one is the empathy. Ang empathy naman niya is intangible. However, this must be included sa five elements of quality service because this is the degree of caring and individual attention to provide sa mga customers, no. Kung wala kay empathy, kag pabayaan mo man lang ang customers mo, usually ka fall short ka man sa quality service. So the action strategy that we must adhere to is to listen for emotions of the customer's message. Replyan sila dayon kag hindi sila pagpahulaton, no? Put yourselves in their shoes or in their place, no, to respond compassionately by offering services to address their needs and concern. No? So importante gid ang empathy sa quality of service. And the last element, no, so ginatawag naton nga quality service is the responsiveness. Alongside with the empathy and the other elements, ang responsiveness is very important also. Because I've mentioned nga dapat hindi naton pagpabuyan-buyanan ang mga bagay, no. Kung may problem sa isa ka product, no, kung gintawgan ka, you have to act prompt, no? Responsiveness. This is the willingness to help customers and provide prompt services. Dasig nga pag-aksyon, no? Action strategy, you have to project a positive, can-do attitude. I'm willing to solve those things, no? Take immediate steps to help customers and satisfy their needs. Okay, so remember those five elements for what we call quality service. Okay, now let's go to the service culture, ang ginatawag. Primarily, this is the heart of the subject nga gina-discuss nato. No? Service culture falls on the service mission, delivery system, the training, the motivation and reward system, of course, product and services as well. And as a result, employees' roles and expectation This is the end product, no? Policies and procedures and management support. All of the business establishments or business sectors have their own service culture. No? Sa BPO may ara man ginatawag ng service culture. Sa iba yung mga companies may ara man ginatawag nga service culture. There is sa SI, sa teaching profession, may ginatawag man nga service culture. And some of these are somehow interrelated lang sa other sectors. No? Now let's take a look at the service mission. This is direction or vision of organization that supports the day-to-day interaction with the customer. So if God permits nga maka-work ka mo sa isa company, always check the service mission of that company. No? All of the companies nga maubrahan nyo, they must have this what we call vision and mission. No? Kaya ang purpose ng vision and mission is to provide what we call steps or strategies in the future. No? That's why it's called vision sang isa company para mapa-better ang ilang nga services sa ila employees, not only in their employees but also in their customers, no? Sa isa ka organization. So amo na sa purpose ng service mission. Then the products and services is of course um, it is the materials and the products and the services that are state of the art, competitively priced, um, meet the needs of the customers, and usually under ni siya sa quality control, no? Ginabutang ni siya sa quality standards. Usually sa ISO, International Standards Organization. So dapat ang mga products kag services i-double check naton kung ga-work na ta someday sa isa ka company kung under na siya sa ISO. The moment nga makita naton nga hindi siya ISO, then you have to make recommendations to make it an ISO para maka-compete man siya globally kag maka-compete man siya sa presyo ya mismo. Kaya the moment kung hindi siya ISO, usually wala na sa price kag hindi na siya mapresyohan, no? So kahuluya kung ibaligya nyo ang isa ka product nga wala siya na nakapass quality control. So amo na siya ang purpose sang ginatawag nga international standards. That's under the products and services. Now let's go to the delivery system, training, and motivation and reward. This is very important sa ginatawag nga service culture kay this is somehow the heart of the things nga ginagamit sa isa ka company para mag-grow ang ilang services. So usually the fall ni siya sa employees, no? Ang delivery system, training, kag motivation and reward. So the way an organization delivers product and services falls on delivery system. So ang key role there is